US President Donald Trump has unveiled plans to construct a new monument, the Triumphal Arch, as a tribute to America's 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence this summer. At 250 feet tall, Trump wants the arch to be the biggest one of all, outshining some of the world's most famous landmarks. In January, Trump unveiled 3 potential designs for his proposed arch to rise opposite the Lincoln Memorial, while he considered smaller versions at 123 and 165 feet shown to supporters last year. He has now backed the towering 250 feet option, arguing that only a structure of that scale would leave a lasting impression on the visitors. Trump has suggested construction on this proposed arch could start this year. Though Washington's strict planning rules may slow down the plan, architects and preservationists are warning the proposed arch's design could overwhelm the capital's historic landscape and carefully designed memorials. Planned near the river, the arch would dwarf the White House, which stands at 70 feet, and the Lincoln Memorial, which is around 100 feet high. And taking inspiration from monuments around the world, Trump earlier posted a picture of India Gate in New Delhi, calling it a beautiful triumphal arch. He said America's will be the greatest of them all. You can see that post. While the White House has offered no details of the design or the timeline, Trump last December, remember, said that he hoped to begin building within 2 months on Memorial Circle, a site managed by the National Park Service. What about funding? It's expected to be from the leftover private donations tied to Trump's White House ballroom project. We told you about that project as well. However, any final approval would require extensive federal review, including the National Park Service, the Commission of Fine Arts, and possibly Congress, under laws governing new monuments in the capital. Huda Beauty is one of the biggest beauty brands. It's in the spotlight. In fact, the brand is at the center stage of a major trend. It's no beauty trend. It's not even got to do with any of the brand's beauty products. Instead, it's a boycott trend through which Iranians reportedly are expressing their anger against the brand's founder and owner. It's a campaign launched by Iranians on social media reportedly called Boycott Huda Beauty. On January 28, 2026, she shared a video that reportedly captured a woman incinerating images of the former Shah of Iran, US President Donald Trump, the Israeli Prime Minister reportedly. Iranian protesters reportedly viewed this as her mocking the uprising. They are angry. According to them, she has posted nothing about the crackdown on the protesters and is posting regime propaganda instead. That's what they accuse her of. Calls for boycotting the brand have reportedly gained traction on social media, with protesters expressing their anger by throwing away Huda Beauty items in dustbins, also creating an image showing her applying blood-soaked products reportedly. Meanwhile, a co-writer of an Oscar-nominated film, It Was Just an Accident, has been arrested in Tehran. His name is Mehdi Mehmoudian. The human rights campaigner was reportedly detained on Saturday after adding his name to a statement condemning Iran's supreme leader for the recent bloodshed in the country. This arrest coming just weeks ahead of the Academy Awards. These stories, they're just samples of the ripple effects of the anger on the ground, making its presence felt in more ways than one. Is Egypt quietly stepping into Sudan's civil war? We are asking that because according to news agency Reuters, it has cited images showing advanced Turkish-made combat drones stationed at a remote Egyptian airstrip near the Sudanese border reportedly. A move that signals a sharp escalation in Cairo's involvement. Remember, this is Africa's deadliest ongoing conflict. Until recently, Egypt limited itself to political and logistical support, but that appears to be changing. According to the Reuters report, Berktar Akinci drones, which are among the most powerful in the region, positioned at East Overnath, located barely 60 kilometers from Sudan. This is one of the most advanced drones manufactured by the Turkish defense firm. with the ability to travel at high altitudes, remain airborne for 24 hours and carry a wide range of munitions. Experts are saying the drones are likely being used for strikes inside Sudan, signaling that Egypt is no longer staying on the sidelines. Egypt, which shares the Nile River and a more than 1,200-kilometer frontier with Sudan, has provided staunch political backing to the country's military in its nearly 3-year conflict with the Rapid Support Forces paramilitary group. But while Egyptian security officials have privately acknowledged sending logistical and technical support to the Sudanese armed forces, until last year, Cairo mostly refrained from direct intervention in fighting. That has killed tens of thousands of people, displaced millions, and spread famine across the vast country. Cairo's position towards the conflict started to change when the RSF made a series of advances, reportedly, in Sudan's western Darfur region, first capturing a strategic northwestern triangle between Egypt and Libya in June, and then overrunning the Sudanese military's last foothold in Darfur, the city of Al-Fashir, in October. In December, Egypt's presidency warned that the country's national security was directly linked to Sudan's, and that Cairo would not allow its red lines to be crossed. Those lines include preserving Sudan's territorial integrity and rejecting any parallel entities that threaten the country's unity. Cairo argues that this is about protecting national security and securing its borders. But critics are warning this intervention risks inflaming an already catastrophic war. The conflict has drawn in multiple foreign powers, from the UAE and Turkey to Iran and Saudi Arabia, turning Sudan into a dangerous regional battleground. Now, Egypt's entry adds yet another volatile layer. RSF leaders accuse Cairo of carrying out airstrikes, satellite data showing repeated Turkish cargo flights into southern Egypt, reportedly, and newly upgraded runways point to long-term military planning. Yet, Egypt refuses to answer questions. No official explanation, reportedly, no public accountability. Meanwhile, civilians in Sudan continue to be impacted. Darfur has witnessed mass killings. Entire cities have fallen. Aid routes blocked. And so every new weapon only fuels the violence on the ground.